Alright guys, welcome back. So it's been a while since we have looked at MicroStrategy. So let's take a look. So this stock is at 269. So last time we talked about this, I think it was June or July, where we were saying about Bitcoin possibly going higher. And so far, if you take a look at year-to-date price action of MicroStrategy, yeah, this is for those people who were arguing about owning this name. Year-to-date performance so far, MSTR is down 6% probably, or something like that. Bitcoin is up 18%. Okay, so this is for those people who are hyped up about the move last year into Christmas, and then stock pretty much has done nothing ever since, after pulling back essentially. And we were talking about this one many times, saying that IV crush. If anything, the people who are buying and sell, pretty much people who are selling options were the ones who were benefiting the most. So they were the only people who were probably walking with the money to the bank. Okay, and this is the chart I brought up essentially many times. Again, average to range. This is volatility of the stock. So upper chart represents the stock price action. This graph represents average to range. You can see right there, this is a dollar value right there. Okay, average to range, meaning right here, right now in June, July, September, October, going into November, this stock was trading in this range. Average to range for the stock was around like $16-17. This means stock could have moved this much. But last year, this has gone up to 50. And these levels, this is where people were selling the heck out of calls and even puts to collect premium. So those people were milking the stock. And I think it will remain this way. I was checking the market cap of the MicroStrategy and the market cap of, the value of their Bitcoin holdings. So apparently now it's pretty close to 1-to-1. So this is for those people who are thinking that MicroStrategy will be trading pretty much with a 50% premium forever. Well, there you go. 70 billion their Bitcoin holdings value, and it's going up, right? So their Bitcoin holdings value is going up. Bitcoin is up 18%, but stock is down. Why? Because capitalization of the stock is 77 billion right now. Okay, so once it trades almost, it doesn't have to close 1-to-1, but it's essentially almost deflated from wherever the levels it was trading. So if it trades at these, maybe another pullback, I want to say maybe another 10% pullback in the stock at 234, that would be the fair value at whatever the Bitcoin will be trading. And then from there, you will be pretty much watching how it trades, how it tracks with Bitcoin. So what you can do is pretty much once it gets correlated 1-to-1, you can just pretty much add a steady. We can do it very quickly. So I can just show you guys in a very simple chart where essentially I'm gonna lay over the Bitcoin price action, the MSTR, and how they were correlated and how they were not correlated as much. But you will see it's pretty much, look at this price action. So it's pretty much 1-to-1, right? Whenever it moves up. But if you zoom into like dailies, yeah, you will see it get disconnected. This is what you're seeing, deflation happen. Essentially, stock pretty much lose more value, while Bitcoin pretty much move the same. Okay, look at this price action. So essentially from July, when Bitcoin essentially, let's go back to June, right? In June, Bitcoin was at 110. It's still at 110K. Okay, Yeah, it did. It was going up and down. But look at the MicroStrategy. This purple line, this is MicroStrategy price action. So this is where correlation broke essentially. Up until then, it was pretty much moving 1-to-1. So what I'm saying here is, if stock goes back another 10%, then you can pretty much watch it move with Bitcoin. Again, assuming they're not gonna keep pretty much dumping shares on you guys. I don't know if their plan was their plan to 21. I don't remember. It's been a while, but their plan to own what 5% of Bitcoin. What's the plan? So are they gonna keep dumping shares? You can keep track of the dilution tracker. So in the beginning of the year, they had 245 million roughly, and now they have 287 million outstanding shares. So they have diluted you guys, yeah, by 35 million shares more. And this is where it all started, right? This is when they started dumping shares to buy Bitcoin. So if they keep pretty much dumping shares, price will get disconnected more. It will keep catching up. So essentially, Bitcoin can go higher, but if Bitcoin just chops around, MSTR stock can just keep going down. So that's my point. Option activity, just like I said already, option activity will be pretty much selling the premiums, both calls and puts. But so far in the last 7, let's take a look at 3 days. Put buying when stock started going down right there. The yellow line is stock price. Put buying, call selling, and then price was calming down, and then price rebounded after earnings a little bit, little call buying, put selling. So again, in my opinion, the IV, like average true range volatility, even at these levels, is pretty high, and people will still be milking the heck out of the options. And anybody, you have to also remember that all those dilutions will happen for sure. All those convertible notes that were issued, some of them could be in the money. You can check it here too. So let's take a look. If they're going to mature anytime soon, at a lower, and if the stock price is higher, well, those people will pretty much execute. Pretty much, they will convert the debt into shares, dump the shares at a higher price, and pretty much dilute you guys. I'm not seeing, this website doesn't show literally everything, but I know they have done a lot of convertibles. So meaning if come that date, maturing date of that bond that was issued, and stock is in the money, or whatever the terms that they had, if they can assign it, we can just take a look at the past ones, right, that converted. Let's say February 2025 conversion price, and then total principal, how many total outstanding shares issued when converted, 13 million, and then price 183, 5 million shares, something like that. Okay, you can just do the digging yourself, but the ultra short one, in terms of like looking at the price, I think it turn out to be all those miners were, I want to show you guys, were they pretty much diluting as well. I want to give you guys all these examples. Right, platforms, right? I want to go back to this time. It had a very huge run, and then it did this, and pretty much for the next like 2-3 years, it was in a range bound. Never saw those highs again. We can take a look at it on a yearly. That would be maybe better. I am pretty much expecting same scenario happen to MicroStrategy. Even if it doesn't come crashing down, as long as Bitcoin holds up, I mean, they can just pretty much chop around, move sideways, and pretty much do the whatever the miners are doing in terms of price action. This is Riot platform. This is Mara price action. So pretty much something like this you will see happen. Pretty much premium sellers milking the heck out of the stock. And again, I might be running a little bit ahead, but now let's back to the levels. So levels, I'm going to be watching, well, 232. Below 232, I'm expecting stock. Next level is 180. In terms of upside move, 50-day moving average. If this stock, let's bring up the moving average. If this stock runs up to, let's say, 310, 320, this is the 50-day moving average. I mean, it's coming down. It's in a downtrend. You can see that the stock price is in a downtrend too. I would expect this level to be resistant. Okay, perfect level to possibly take some short, assuming Bitcoin isn't doing anything crazy or it's not running away wild. So now I want to show you guys this. Look at the price action above, all the way from 540. We're going to come down to this 269, where it's trading. So what does it tell us? Anybody from last year of November, anybody who bought this stock, unless they bought it in February from 230 to 270, you could have done it only a few times. I mean, only a few days you had. I mean, there's a lot of back holders. That's the point. Anybody who bought at these levels, they're underwater. Last 12 months, anybody who bought this stock above 270, they're underwater, deep underwater. Okay. While Bitcoin itself is higher. It's up. Okay. Anybody who bought Bitcoin in the last 12 months instead of buying MicroStrategy, they could be either breaking even or slightly up. This is Bitcoin from November. It was trading. Let's just do the same thing for the Bitcoin. You would be down on Bitcoin only if you bought it in the last, let's say from July, right? You would be down slightly. If you bought it somewhere around here, you're probably down like 10% or something if you top ticked it. But anybody who bought it in the last like 12 months, this is the zone. This is where they could have bought it. You get the point. So I think MicroStrategy, yeah, I think this stock is done for me. I mean, it was nice when it had a volatility. So if Bitcoin is gonna get boring and choppy, yeah, I don't think there's much to do with that stock, essentially. Particularly, I trade options. I can entertain like day trading, but to swing trade, no thank you. This is that stock will be, I mean, option sellers will be all over that stock, pretty much milk it until whatever the convertible notes, I mean, the bonds that they have, I mean, borrowed money, I mean, those people will be pretty much hedging the heck out of their position and pretty much milking the heck out of the option activity for MicroStrategy. So yeah, that's my take. And this stock is pretty much, volatility will be at times it can just go up, but for the most part, if it does like these kind of like barcode moves, like with very tight range, yeah, I'm not interested in trading this stock. Okay, so that's just my take. That's why I wasn't even talking about this one, because no more excitement. Okay, particularly for somebody who trades options. I mean, I trade mainly options. So if you're trading just a stock, yeah, sure, you might do well. But trading options, particularly, I don't sell options. I purely trade directionally up or down. So I'm not interested in this stock. This stock is done deal for me, essentially. Until Bitcoin goes crazy up or down, flushes down, then sure. But I'm always mainly watching Coinbase for the most part. We had a little bit of a volatility, and it's completely different case. And then Robinhood as well. So those stocks are doing much better in terms of like trading. Okay. But MSTR, it's done deal for me, essentially. But again, this is just purely my opinion. This is not a buy or sell recommendation. This is purely for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Take care. Peace.